James Harden is undoubtedly one of the best players in the NBA. His impressive play has led the Rockets to a stellar 26-9 record, and they are on pace to win 60 games. Though you may think he's one of the greatest players in the NBA today, it's unlikely that you think of his future potential as being an all-time great. Today I show you why James Harden has a good chance of becoming one of the best shooting guards of all time. For this video, I'll be taking a look at his career in Houston. Despite being a great player off the bench, he was still coming off the bench and had limited minutes. Once he arrived in Houston is when his career as a star began. The 2012 Rockets team was not a playoff team before Harden arrived. In his first year in Houston, Harden averaged around 26 points per game, 6 assists per game, and 5 rebounds per game on around 44% shooting to make them a playoff team and push a number 1 seed Thunder to 6 games in the first round of the playoffs. The next year, he improved his game even more and averaged around 25.5 points per game, 6 assists per game, and 5 rebounds per game on 46% shooting, and led the Rockets to 54 wins and a 4th seed in the West. Again, in a 6-game series that was very close with 3 overtime games, the Rockets lost. You can see his immediate impact in just 2 years. He started to carry this team to great heights. The next year, with unfinished business, Harden averaged 27.4 points per game, 7 assists per game, and 6 rebounds per game on 44% shooting. These stats also led to wins as the Rockets won 56 games that season and the number 2 seed in the West. Harden ended up second in MVP voting and led his Rockets to the Western Conference Finals and lost to the Warriors, who would end up winning the championship. The next year, Harden improved yet again and averaged 29 points per game, 8 assists per game, 6 rebounds per game on 44% shooting, and led the Rockets to the playoffs. Despite being a down year in terms of wins, he was still able to get them into the playoffs despite numerous injuries to his teammates. At that time, when we thought about it, this was the best season of his career. But then the previous year was also the best season of his career. And as if this is all not enough, this year Harden's averaging around 29 points per game, 12 assists per game, 8 rebounds per game on 45% shooting, and is projected to lead the Rockets to 60 wins. If we look at per 100 possession stats, Harden has pretty much upped his points, assists, and rebounds every single year of his Rockets career. The rate at which he is improving is insane. Now we see how his play compares to other all-time greats. If we look at his play this season, there's only one player in NBA history that has averaged 38.2 points, 16 assists, and 10.9 rebounds per 100 possessions, and that is James Harden. If we look at his play last season, where he averaged 37.4 points, 9.6 assists, and 7.9 rebounds per 100 possessions, there's only 4 players to ever do this, and they are LeBron James, Michael Jordan, and Russell Westbrook. If we look at his whole Houston career, he's averaged 35.7 points, 9.4 assists, and 7.2 rebounds per 100 possessions. There have only been 3 players to put up a stat line like this in a 5-year span, and those players are LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. The only shooting guard that was mentioned in this whole comparison was Michael Jordan, the greatest shooting guard of all time. Just to recap this whole thing, there's been no other player in NBA history to put up a stat line like Harden has this season. Not even Michael Jordan, not even LeBron James, not a single shooting guard in NBA history. And the season he had last year, where he wasn't even selected to All-NBA third team, only Jordan, LeBron, and Westbrook have put up stat lines as great as that. Meaning the only shooting guards in NBA history who did that were Michael Jordan and James Harden. Not Kobe, not Wade, not Iverson. And what he has done in a 5-year span since he has come to Houston, no shooting guard in NBA history has done that either. If Harden keeps this up and keeps improving throughout his prime, he could be considered one of the greatest shooting guards to ever play the game of basketball. As his superior level play gets his team wins and he makes his teammates better, he can really leave his impact on this league for years to come. Just a disclaimer, I'm not a Harden or Rockets fan, just wanted to make this as an informational video, as most NBA fans don't really think of Harden as a player that has this much potential. And for anybody who's new, I'm a new NBA channel that will be posting content like this weekly. I'm always open to ideas about videos, so make sure you leave that in the comments below. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe and share this channel with fellow NBA fans. And I'm out.